It's 2021, guys. Happy New Year, and welcome back to another episode of Boss Luxa Channel, documenting a journey to success, because success begins with the mind. Again, it's officially 2021. I know we thought our problems would all disappear in 2020, but they haven't. We still have a whole year to aim for progress, to aim for whatever we're trying to aim for. I know you guys have heard me say budget, budget, budget all the time, but what's the hardest part of budgeting? And that's actually sticking to a budget. Now, when I started budgeting and started my financial journey, that was probably one of my hardest things. I would create the budget, but I'm always going out of the budget, buying food to eat, going out with my friends, doing this, doing that. So, here are a few tips and tricks that has helped me along the way stick to my budget and helped me get where I am. So, let's get right into the video. First up is to find a way that works for you. Now, I've tried Truebill, I've tried Mint, I've tried all the digital apps that will help you create a budget on your phone. I don't like digital. I really have tried it. I've tried the spreadsheet on my computer. I don't like it. What's the best thing that works for me is good old-fashioned pen and paper. I love carrying my notebook around, and it's actually accessible for me. I keep it in my pocketbook wherever I go, and if I spend money, I write it down as soon as possible. I keep it in mind. Now, if you want to create your budget on your phone as well in your notepad, that was something that helped me for some time as well. And then I realized I still don't like that either. So find whatever works for you. There are a few apps that are out there that help you keep your budget. I'll go ahead and list them in the description below, so go ahead and check those out. The next way to stick to your budget is by creating it in advance. Now, if you know you get paid on the 15th, try creating it on the 12th or the 10th. Plan ahead for your funds so you have a direction as to where it's going, where your funds are going. You know exactly how to structure yourself. You know how much you're going to be putting into your savings, how much you're going to be putting away towards your credit card, and just play around with your funds a little bit to find a way that works for you. The third way is actually mentioned in the first way, which is having it accessible to you. Now, if you use $10 to buy breakfast, open it up in your phone, in your app, on your spreadsheet, however way you use to track it, and add it in there. The longer you wait to add it in your budget, the more likely you're going to forget to add it into your budget. And then by the end of the month, you'll realize that you're overspending when you're supposed to be sticking to the budget. So doing it right then and there is actually the best way to stick to it. Also, something that helped me in the very beginning was having a cash envelope for each thing that I did. So if I was going to go grocery shopping, I would have, let's say, $100 for that. If I have $100 for 2 months, I'm sorry, not 2 months, 2 weeks, imagine. If you have $100 for 2 weeks, now you spend $50 the first week, spend $50 the second week, okay, cool, you're done. You want to do $50 for shopping or whatever, makeup, you want to spend $50 on your hair, have that aside. That's a separate envelope. You have $100 for transportation, that's a separate envelope. And really just build your budget from envelopes. Now, I know it may sound a little tedious, but it really does help. It's more of a psychological thing at that point, where if you're using physical cash, you kind of feel a little bad handing over money. It's really easy for us to just pick up our debit card or credit card and start swiping away. There's no attachment to that. But when you're giving someone your money, your hard-earned money, it's more of a psychological thing where you kind of think back a little bit and you take a step back and say, hold on, do I really need that extra bag of potato chips? No. So really just try doing that. If it does work for you, let me know how that goes. If it doesn't work for you, that's okay. There are other ways of going about this as well. Go ahead and comment in the section below what helps you or what helped you in your journey. Fourth on the list is actually going back to what I said before, and that's holding yourself accountable. So if you have $100 for grocery shopping, don't go over $100. Stick to that budget. Now, I don't say this lightly because it's not easy. Yeah, I get it. It really does take self-discipline, but if you stick to it, you really will be amazed at what you can achieve as far as savings wise. and what you can actually buy with your funds when you realize you have way more in excess than you usually do. Yeah, if you have $100 for grocery shopping, stick to $100. If you give yourself $100 for grocery shopping and $20 or $50 for eating out, stick to $20 or $50 for eating out. Don't dip into whatever envelope to satisfy this envelope and do this and do this. Hold yourself accountable. I know it may be tempting, but it's a work in progress. Mistakes happen, and this is why we go back to step 2, which is create your budget in advance. So if you mess up one month, that's okay. Create your budget in advance for your next month and recalculate. If you know you can't stick to $50 for eating out, maybe give yourself $75. Now, just keep in mind that you're not really doing yourself any favors by always increasing if you can't stick to it. Hold yourself accountable. 5th on the list is to have fun with it. Don't forget, all work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. Yes, if you're always saving, trying to stick to the budget, trying to aim for perfection, you're kind of boring. Have a little fun with your budget. Budget for entertainment, budget for going to the movies, budget for eating out sometimes, budget for having fun. It's okay to live your life on a budget. It is very much possible. So don't restrict yourself so much on that budget that it makes it hard to stick to. Self-discipline, again, it is progress, not perfection. Last but not least on the list, that is, remember what you're saving for. Remember your end goal. When we tend to think short term when we set our goals, or we tend to think short term when we create a budget. Oh my gosh, it's a week in, I can't stick to the budget. I understand it is hard. Again, it took me quite some time to really figure out how to budget myself and how to stick to it. It does take some time. So remember, what are you saving for? Are you saving for that car? Are you saving for that house? Are you saving to put more towards your retirement? Whatever it is, remember that. Keep that in the very beginning of your mind, or keep that in the front of your budget. And every time you go to readjust your budget, to recreate your budget, you remember, okay, this is why I'm saving. Let's get to it. So those are just a few ways to stay motivated and keep to your budget. If you did like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Go ahead and click the subscription below. Don't forget, success begins with the mind. If you want to see more videos like this on my channel, go ahead and click that notification bell so you are alerted every time we post, which is on Mondays and Thursdays. See you guys later. Bye.